Watch us, change us. That was pretty good.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
It's not the original.
Hit him with the WuCu. Watch us, change us.
Yeah, you know what it is. Watch Us Change Us radio show. It's your boy Jay.
It's your boy Sheaf.
And as usual, Scotty Clippin is in the building.
Scotty Clippin.
Yo, why you made your voice sound like mine? I was like, wait a minute.
Yo, I've been plotting that all week. I'm like, I'm gonna take some solo on this one.
You already know what it is. It's the Watch Us Change Us radio show.
Yo, man, I said, wait a minute, he sounds just like me.
I was working on that for like a few days.
welcome back, y'all. To our listeners too, welcome back. I want to send a special shout out to the sky. My brother Cody, R.I.P.
Yes.
Passed away Friday the 13th on his birthday. Seems a little symbolic for me, but I'm gonna leave it at that. The whole completing a cycle thing, you know, maybe the Ouroboros, if anybody knows what that is, but you know, yeah, doing better. That's why we missed last week though, and we back.
Shout out to Scalino.
Word.
Yo, fellas, what I do want to say is I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be back. We able to chit chat, you know what I mean? Like you said, we had to take a little hiatus again. But that's what I love about y'all, and I love the show, because no matter what, when we bounce back, we always bounce back strong. You know what I mean? The listeners be actually focused in and locking in. I gotta shout out my Uncle Danny and my Aunt Terry. They out in Delaware. My uncle hit me up a couple of days ago and was like, yo, nephew, you good? I'm like, yeah, why, what's up? He's like, I was listening to your show last week. And then after a while, I was like, I already heard this episode. I was like, yeah, we was going through some stuff. But it made me feel honored that we got a family group chat on my father's side of the family, so everybody sends out information with the kids or special stuff that's going on for each of us, so the family can stay intact with each other. And I didn't send nothing out. Like, I don't gotta send nothing out to my uncle about the show. I usually do anyway, especially when we talk about certain topics and whatnot. But it made me mad, happy, and smiling. You know me, I hear my Aunt Terry in the background. Yo, we proud of you. You know me, like what you doing. I was like, Dad, you be listening. I don't even gotta remind you from week to week like I gotta do with everybody else. He just hits me up and lets me know what's going on and telling me that he likes the stuff that we talk about. Said it reminds him of one of his peoples from back in the day out in Philly that had a show. It was called The Barbershop or something. You don't have to remind me what it is, Uncle Denny, because I know you're gonna hit me, because I'm shouting you out multiple times. So you gotta call me tomorrow and let me know what you think.
That barbershop concept is really popular. Like, shout out to Math Hoffa with my expert opinion. Like, he kind of like put that into the forefront for me. It's a good setup, and most of the conversations that we find ourselves in life, we usually start at the barbershops.
Facts.
Like, most of our earliest engagements is something that made us think happened when you was waiting for a cut.
We're not trying to brag, guys, but we are in a barbershop right now. Just for the record, you know.
Yeah.
Visuals coming soon, you know.
Yes,
shout out to Royal.
Yes, we are.
He just showed me some of the setup. I'm quite impressed.
We're about to have a whole new environment.
You're gonna be able to see all the grays in mine and Sheep's beard if you
got a couple.
with all the lights we got. You know what I'm saying?
That's all right. Now that we're gonna have visuals, I'm gonna be just for me before in my beard before we hit the scenery. Yo, Dad, hit me up with a shape up real quick. Yo, fellas, I got some good news. Dad, you had to give me a shape up a couple of times because I had a job interview, then I had a second interview, and they gave that boy the job.
Congratulations.
I got a job. Yo, I ain't working 2 years. You know what I mean? I had the little part-time joint at the community center. You know what I mean? Shout out to them. You know what I mean? I'm always gonna love my teams. This was a long 2 years. I make it look good, and I be smiling, but it was a struggle. You're talking about, you on vacation? I already had booked those, so I was already invested. There was no backpedaling, and I'm not taking no loss. So I had to make it do what it do. KJ going to school and whatnot.
Well, I texted him the other day just to check on him. He's like, "Hey, my guy, thanks for checking." Now you say "my guy" to me. I'm not your uncle no more.
Yo, you gotta hear how he talks now. He talk a little funny now. I'm like, oh, you hit me up more often and frequently. I appreciate that, son. But
you could do that when you got distance. You could like really learn yourself. Now you're my guy.
But now he actually invited me out there now. Like, he's like, yo, when you come, I said, wait, man, I could come now? Before you talking about, don't come visit me, don't come out here. Now it's like, oh, when you come, I can take you everywhere. I know the spots to go to eat. I know how to take the train. I know how to take the bus. Like, he was mad hype over some little basic stuff.
Okay,
you know
shots
what I mean? But I'm like, oh, you feeling yourself now? He's like, yeah.
He had to know the lay of the land. Shout out to him about joining the basketball club. I hope he makes the team too.
No, I believe that he's gonna make the team because he been dedicated. When he was out there for 2 weeks before school even started. I thought school was starting earlier, and he was like, nah, I just had orientation, then I just stayed out there. But only 3 freshmen made the basketball club team for that. And they like legit go to different schools and play other colleges, you know what I mean, other D1 schools. And the club was ranked last year and won the championship last year. So that's a good look for him off the rip. 5 of the players, he said, was on the team last year, the real team, and wound up quitting for whatever reason, he said. But he said he's playing against them, and he's like, I don't see nothing special about them, so my chances is pretty high too. You know what I mean? And I feel like because he was out there with nothing and nobody else, he just been working on his game. He told me he got an old head dude that come out there. He's like, yo, he be reminding me of you. He be out there talking mad junk, but he an old head and he be coming in there and he be getting it in. You know, so
sound like my Greek dude in New York City that be busting people ass in Tim's.
Oh yeah. He be getting crazy, right?
Crazy.
The old dude with the beard?
Yeah.
Yo,
and Tim's.
And he be talking crazy too. Yeah. He be like, come here.
That's how all New York hoopers are. Like all the old head New York hoopers, like they have a mouth. Like you be ready to fight.
The fact that he's in Tim's. That's something to me right now. You know what I mean? Like that he can turn directions and still dribble with the Timbs. I remember I used to play in Timbs, but
shout out to Tico. Tico came and played basketball with me twice, like real basketball games with Timbs.
Tico looked like he got the same Timbs that he had in high school
since 1994.
He fixed mad. He done mad break jobs.
I mean, they hold up, especially for balling.
But he was balling. I ain't gonna front. He was getting boards. He wasn't scoring no buckets, but he was gonna get you some rebounds.
You ain't got no lift when you in Timbs. Unless you at home in your Timbs practicing your hops. You ain't got no lift.
Tico got those from his Colombian uncle, and that's what happened. You know what I'm saying?
So not
on my bad. Costa Rican. My bad.
He be taking that early. Costa Rican. I'm like, you ain't found out about your minority groups until after we got out of high school. Be quiet, boy. Yeah, that's my dude. Shout out to T.
Word. Yo, I don't want to do it to you guys, but you know, how many joints did he have in his crib that they found?
Bruh.
Like 1,000?
At what point do you open your closet, see 1,000 bottles of lubricant, and go, I don't like the person I've become? Answer me that. That's the only real question I have. It's not even about Diddy. It's just about people who find themselves in situations where you know on the outside they can't like the person they become, but they, for some reason or some amount of money, just push past that and evolve into this irredeemable person. Yeah. Like, he's not coming home. Like, it's over for him.
No, him and R. Kelly about to make some hits.
Oh my God.
They about to make some hits.
I heard Marlon Wayne say that. He was like, why don't we just give him a studio in there? It's not like they're gonna hurt nobody.
If they end up in the same joint, I guarantee they're gonna come up with a hit, and they're gonna be like, yo, this jail version is hitting right here.
And then that further, like, that keeps the conversation going, and you know, the eternal strife of quote unquote separating the artist from the art. Like, I can't listen to R. Kelly ever again. Like, I be in the Uber sometime.
I do.
I feel like
I've been in situations where I've had to. Like I said, I've been in Ubers before, and man's is bumping Kells, and I'm playing, yo, change that. Like, I can't do that. I'm in his car.
So are you gonna go through everybody who's committed a crime or did some crazy stuff that's artists? Because there's a whole bunch of other people that did stuff, and there's gonna be some more people coming to the light. So you gonna stop listening to every single person?
The thing that makes me like cringe up a little bit with Kells is finding out how he operated, how manipulative he was. Like, you got girls lined up in your house with their backs against the wall, like on some true obedience type madness. Just really holding a lot of space in their heads, like really controlling women. It's just like, ugh, like you was out here being a dog, and then Diddy says, "Hold my beer."
Parents was doing that. They parents was taking those checks.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's the part that irks my nerve about it. I'm not condoning nothing he did. And I think what he did was disgusting, terrible, messed up. Because I got kids, we got nieces and nephews, and all of this other stuff. But
still, those remind me of my.
You know what I mean? But for real, how? As a parent, you cool with saying, all right, I'm just gonna take this money. Because the girl that he peed on, you know what I mean, urinated, whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean? You remember the girl Sparkle? Who had the song, "You Better Be Careful What You Did to Me."
That movie was good too.
This movie Sparkle. But the artist, you know, her and R. Kelly had that song together. That was her niece. And she spoke on that. And she spoke on how she seen her niece in Florida or in Miami or somewhere at the studio, because she happened to go to the studio. And she's like, "What you doing here?" Talking to her niece. And she's like, "Mom and Dad had me come down to work with Robert." Not R. Kelly. Work with Robert. So you're off the rip right there.
So wait,
ding, 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 ding.
This song was about her niece?
No, not the song.
Oh.
She already had that song came out.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Obviously. But she came, the girl, lady Sparkle came to the studio and sees her niece there when she comes in there. Like, what are you doing here? And she's like, "Oh, Mom and Dad let me come with Robert to work on music or whatever." So then she contacts her family. I think her and the girl's mother were sisters. So then when all that stuff came with the court hearings and everything, the whole family and the daughter saying, no, he didn't do that, even though we all see the video. But no, he didn't do that. But turned her back on Sparkle because she told and said, "I seen my niece at his house. She was only 14 or 15 at the time. What was she doing in the house alone with a grown man?" And the whole family said, "No, that didn't happen. No, that didn't happen." So for as a parent, the money is that good that you're gonna pimp your child? Like, come on. And now we know it goes on, especially in other countries and whatnot, but that's not cool. And you know what I mean? If he's being punished, why are these parents not being punished? Like, that part was what irked my nerves, because then all of a sudden now these parents are, "Oh, we didn't know this." But if you do your research, a lot of them was getting checks.
They may not be punished by law, but they gotta live with that stain on them. If people still sneer at them, like, that's never gonna go away. Like, you're guilty in the eyes of the public, bro, for your complacency, your ignorance, or just being completely dumb. Like, there's no universe where your 14-year-old child should be around a grown man in a studio.
What I like to understand, and I've seen this a lot, I've been in the music world a long time, I've seen how, in particular, people act when famous people come around. You know what I mean? Like, this whole like ideology like switches in their head. You know what I'm saying? And they are like almost like mesmerized or hypnotized by the by the fame. And when somebody's young, that's really easy to use. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So R. Kelly, Diddy, any of those guys, like, if they see the opportunity, you can manipulate somebody younger than you who's not as smart as you, especially a 14 or 15-year-old. It is definitely wicked. You know,
I was discussing it with the fam the other day. We was talking about, like, how did Diddy end up in this situation? Like, did he fall into it? Is he a victim, so to say? Like, did he get to a point where he made this money, got this fame and this notoriety, and got invited to one of these parties and just got hooked and it lost control? Or has this always been in him?
I feel like something probably happened to him when he was younger, because, you know what I mean, if you do a lot of the history, people repeat the cycle, you know what I mean, when they've been abused. Because R. Kelly was abused too. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was by a female. And we as men always like, "Oh, was it really being sexually abused?" Yes. Yes, it is. Yes,
for the record, yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah, sometimes we look at it like, "Oh, yeah, Mrs. Johnson like the Jimmy," you know what I mean? Jimmy's high school. But at the same time, he's still being easily manipulated. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Whether he initiated the encounter or the teacher did. Because your mind is not fully developed and you don't know what comes from it. Because look at the lady who did that stuff and repeatedly kept messing with a student and then got pregnant by him, went to prison, came out, still tried to be with him. Like, people.
So we love each other. No one understands us.
And he was saying that he loved her too. After all those years and after all the time that came and went, you know what I mean? So, like you said, like, with people being famous, it's gonna be even easier for them because they're gonna be like, yo, I can make you or break you. What you trying to do? Do you really want to be that star? You see Meek, you see how he was switching in that pool? He was switching in that pool. Yeah, daddy, I love you, daddy. Yeah, I'm like, yo, you switching a little too much in that pool.
Nasty work. Nasty work.
Like, come on. You know what I mean? And he was already on. So what was you gaining from putting yourself in that situation if, you know what I mean, you somewhat of a star, people know who you is, you got a couple of hits under your belt, and then all of a sudden you trying to be the next Michael Jackson or something, so you said, go ahead, you can take advantage of me. And I don't want to hear everything is, oh, he drugged him. Y'all knew what y'all was getting. Y'all knew what y'all was going to. It was already rumors for years about his parties. And there was always people saying, oh, we left at this certain time, or we left at this time, or whatnot. And I watched some of the people, like, I seen Anthony Anderson in one of the videos that did it, like, and he was like, yo, Puff, I ain't gonna lie, these are the best sausages I ever had. This is some good sausage. And then he said, quote unquote, as I watched it, he said, and I ain't saying pause either. I don't need to say pause. These sausages is good. And I just, like, if you see his face and the way he was eating the sausages, and this is chubby Anthony Anderson. But then a few months later, all of a sudden, he done lost weight. Now you done started seeing him in a whole bunch of extra movies and stuff. Right. Like, it threw me off.
You know
what I mean?
Don't meet your heroes, right? Like, are we gonna start meeting our heroes? You know what I'm saying? Like the people that made us laugh, that gave us so much, that gave us so much content and influence. Like, if they are really that wicked, I would have to ask myself, is there salvation for them still? Is there still hope for them? Like, is there a time period where Diddy could go reflect on himself and would people accept him back? You know what I'm saying? Or R. Kelly too.
There's been too many red flags in his case. Like, people think that he has something to do with Biggie not being here. People think he has something to do with his first wife not being here. These parties, like
the videos.
As soon as Cassie asked for that $30 million, you said, here. You ain't fighting immediately. That was the end game right there. Like,
yo, they said he wasn't acting and get him to the Greek.
Yo, you was saying it the other day when I was over there with you.
That's him right there.
That's the one movie I keep thinking of every time
You gotta know how to mind F him. You gotta mind F him.
He smoked Jeffries all day, so he's definitely some kind of drug addict. You know what I'm saying? Crazy, all types of... I don't even remember what they said was in that. You know what I'm saying?
God. The craziest part is from that whole ordeal is, like, at the parties kind of involved, once you go home, they mail you an IV drip. Like, how bad are you drugging these people at your parties to where you gotta send them the drip? Like,
I'm good. I'm kind of glad I never stumbled into that world. Yeah, as bad as I wanted to be an artist and all that when I was young, I'm kind of happy that I didn't.
You don't trust yourself to go, yo, this ain't my cup of tea, I'm going home.
I don't know if 18-year-old me would have peeped that though. You know what I'm saying? 18, 19-year-old me might not even.
I guess I'm naturally paranoid.
I'm always a watcher especially when I'm in new surroundings. Like, when I'm home, I can act how I want to act, look, you know what I mean, do what I want. But like, when I went on vacations or anytime I'm out of my own comfort zone, I gotta peep the scenery for a while. And I've always been that way. Even like when my older cousins would take me to the clubs and ice house days and stuff, I was always in the cut just chilling. You wouldn't even know I was with nobody.
Think about it like this though. Imagine being a young artist who is from adversity, has never had money, you know what I'm saying, and stumbles into this mogul. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not thinking straight. You're chilling with Diddy. You're already cooler than every single friend you've ever had. You know what I'm saying? And then they take advantage there. You know what I'm saying? That's where it happens. You know what I'm saying?
I guess that could be attributed to a lack of foundation as far as someone giving you, like, guidance as far as morality. Because that should always come into play once you find yourself in any uncomfortable situation. The morality of it all. Like, that's what usually sets me off in a situation I don't want to be in. Is how I feel morally. I don't need to be in this space. This energy is bad. This environment is bad. The people who are participating in this type of
And why is your team
bad.
allowing you to be in that situation? Like you said with the artist, even if you was 18 or grown or whatever, I would have a team with me, whether it's my family members, security, or whatever the case may be. Like if I was going somewhere, like they got to do with music stuff, I'm like, yo, Dev and Jay, y'all want to come with me? You know what I mean? So if y'all see some funny business going on, y'all would tell me, and vice versa. You know what I mean?
Out of here.
Like
I'll give you the quick tag.
Like, how come no one said anything to these people? And then it was like a lot of them must have enjoyed themselves because they was repeat offenders of showing back up at those parties, showing back up at those parties.
Like you mentioned before, though, about the money. Some people really will. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is exchangeable for money.
Yeah,
You know.
Unc think it's a package deal. Like once you hit a certain point, they approach you and you can't walk away from it. Like you want this record, you want this movie. Like you were saying earlier, like Anthony Anderson, after the Sausage comment, showed up in like 80 million projects. Like entertainment is wicked, man.
But yo, check this out. That all this is coming to light. I think it's gonna open a door for true, authentic artists. You know what I'm saying? Like that aren't gonna be moving through these hallways that they had to once move through. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna be the world is gonna want, authenticity.
You gotta take the corporate money out of it though. Because that's the biggest issue. Like people who have no idea how certain, things in entertainment work, they just have the money and they could throw it at anybody they want and ruin lives. Like I don't ever want to be in Diddy's position or any high notoriety entertainer. That's why I always say, and people try to like argue me down, I'm like, I have no aspirations to become a millionaire. If it happens, it happens. But I don't want to get to a point where I've done everything I can because I've had the money and then I'm bored or I'm running out of things to do.
That's the part I
lead to the
like.
debauchery.
That's the part I don't like.
It's
like
scary.
You get to the point to now you want to do all this extra stuff.
It's scary.
But yo, check it out. This is the Watch Us Change Us radio show.
Yeah.
We said we was gonna keep it happy for y'all today. That was the consensus before we started. So when we come back, we gonna get a little light on y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Human.
But yeah, you know what it is. It's the Watch Us Change Us radio show.
WuCu, baby.
It's your boy Sheefy.
I'm not one of those Haitians in Ohio eating pets.
Yo.
And I'm deaf.
Have to bring it back. See you on the next one. Back with the Watch Us Change Us radio show. I am Scooter McGavin.
I am Anthony Summers. How is everybody doing today?
My name is Dev. My name's Dev.
You said that like you just wrote on one of those "Hello, my name is" stickers. My name is Dev. It just says Dev on it.
Word. So yo, we said we're gonna come back, keep the mood light, share some happy stories, some happy memories. If you out there listening, we encourage you to think of some happy memories in your life and use those to get you through your day, even though life is hard.
The happiest memory I have of someone that is no longer with us is my boy Eric. Like one year, his moms made me pateleos for my birthday. Made me a whole set. They was bussin'. This guy decides I'ma copy that. But instead of using like mozzarella cheese, he decides to use ricotta. So my first bite, I got ricotta dripping on me. It's hot. It's ricotta. I'm like, what are you doing? He was like, I just tried to make them. I'm like, no, dog. Leave that to the professionals. Like, heated ricotta is not pleasant. Like, what would even make you think of that? Man. He was a good dude. Always talk about getting that Bowflex. Me and my uncle used to, cause he was a heavier dude. He like, yo, watch, I'm gonna get the Bowflex. Yo, I used to roll on the floor every time he said that. We used to just call him Bowflex or something. Like, you're not getting a Bowflex, bro. Stop it. I'm not getting a Bowflex. I still haven't even got running shoes to do my morning runs. Like, you're not getting no damn Bowflex, bro. That was my guy though. Like, my brother for life. Like, we've done so many crazy things together, like just random stuff, like go to White Castle, cop a 30 crave case a piece and sit there and just munch on crave cases till we stick to our stomach. I shared like 4 of them that day. He shared like 2, but it was good times with him every time, man. Like, I miss him a lot for that. Like, even on just picking up the phone just to talk trash to each other. Like that was like one of the things we do often that always put a smile on my face. 'Cause I couldn't do that with nobody else. I couldn't pick up the phone and be like, yo, what up, dumb motherfucker? Like, you trash. Nah, I'll beat you in Madden. Da 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 da. Like, yo, pick up the sticks. I know one time I was getting smoked in Madden by him. He was smoking me like bad, but clawing the whole time. I'm like, keep talking. All right. He go to take a bathroom break. I call from my outside. It's raining. I got his Xbox over a puddle.
Yo.
He like, yo, Jay, chill. I'm like, oh, you talking all that mess though?
We fighting after that.
Oh, he wanted to fight. He end up like tackling me. I'm sitting there dying laughing the whole time. He's pissed off. I'm like, but you was sitting there yamming away, beating me by like 4 possessions. I'm like, I got you, dog. I'm like, say another word, I'm dropping your joint. We were terrible to each other, but that was my brother for life.
Man, that's what's up. That remind me of my little cousin, Jabu, you know what I mean? My first official trip, like taking my kids, was just KJ. Because KJ was only like 4. But at this time, my money was up, I was feeling myself. I'm like, yo, I could do whatever I want. And my Uncle Anthony hit me up and was like, yo, let's do a father's trip. The fathers just take the kids on a vacation. So we went out to Florida. And I'm close with all of them, but Jabu was the youngest one of the bunch. So he was always mad funny, like he was greedy. I mean, this little greedy. And my favorite joint was that him and KJ would get up to me, yo, can we go do this? And we had a water park where we were staying at, so it was cool. So I'll be like, yo, if I fall asleep, just go, because I know if he's up, he gonna say, nah, y'all can't go. I'll take the blame once he get up. So they was just hurry up and get up out the joint. And then I would make sure I get up like 5 minutes before him and then go over to the water park. And I'm like, yo, if he say anything, we was all here together. Da-da-da. Because my Uncle Anthony, that's where I got my middle name from. That's why I said Anthony Summers. But he's one of those Kung Fu Shaolin masters. He used to be tearing me up as a kid. Bing, bang, ba bang, bang. Hit dumb hard. And still does to this day. So, but Jabu was so funny because he was greedy. And I remember everybody used to make fun of me growing up, like, yo, it's Mikey. He likes it. That's what they used to say to me. So if you ever took the ride to Florida, you know, I'm doing like 19, 20 hours. So down, every time somebody eating something, he talking about, give me some. He just hear a bag ruffle, give me some. So yo, word to me. So we on the way back, and it's the middle of the night too now. So everybody sleep. I'm listening to music. I'm going to get some chips. He sleep. He hit me with the 1-eye willy. Open his eyes. Give me some. I said I ain't got nothing. So you need help. I said I ain't got nothing. He said, give me some. so I give him some of the chips. He go back to sleep. Open up some candy. Yo, word to me. I'm like, how is he hearing me? Like, and we're in a van. So it's not like he's right next to me. Like, he's in the front, I'm in the back. Cause I'm trying to be in the back, trying to sleep. But you know me, I'm getting the munchies and everything. Cause when we stopping, I'm taking my little smoke breaks and whatnot. And every time, like clockwork, give me some.
He feels a change in the atmosphere when you open the wrapper.
Me and his sister, Adana, was weak. I said, yo, Adana, how come I said, just ruffle the bag just to see if he does anything. It was nothing. It was just a plastic bag. Give me some. I said, yo, you greedy, bro. You greedy, bro. I said, Jabu, there's nothing. I said, look, it's a plastic bag, bro. It's a plastic bag. He said, oh, give me some. I said, yo.
You know what would have solved that? One of those days, pass him a bouillon cube.
Oh man, like that was my little cousin, you know what I mean? Rest in peace. I got him on my arm. Like him and KJ's bond was so special to me because KJ was younger. Jabu was like 12, KJ was like 4 and 5. But when they linked, inseparable. And them two knew when they was together, they could get whatever they want from me. After that trip, we was talking about going on the next trip, and we was at breakfast, and they was like, yo, we wanna go skate state, da-da-da. So I'm like, oh, all right, go ahead. KJ could go. No, they told me, no, we need you to take us to skate state. I'm like, I'm not taking y'all nowhere. I just got done paying for breakfast. Because it's the whole family, we all out. Next thing you know, they come, and then they got the whole family behind them. Well, the boys said that you was gonna take them to skate state.
Wow.
What?
Set you up.
So I was tight, because, again, my Uncle Anthony is hands-on. I'm a grown man, and he still be, what you say, nephew? I'm like, yo, Uncle Anthony, I'm not no little kid no more. And he a little shorter than me, but he still pack a punch. I said, all right, let's go, yo. We going to skate and say, this is some bull. And I'm in the whole time. I said, I hope y'all fall. I ain't even gonna lie. I was on some real hating. It's like, yo, I hope you fall, son. Word to me. Y'all made me spend the last of my money. I just said, I take everybody out to breakfast. Then y'all bamboozled me into taking me out to skate state. And ain't nobody, and my uncle Anthony and Stacy, they caked up. Ain't nobody offered me $1. They didn't say, here's something for some beverages or nothing. You know?
Cause like you brought breakfast, they manipulated you to skate a state, so you gotta buy the skates, buy all the sodas and snacks. It's like y'all trying to bleed me dry.
I was like, the family knew, like, you up right now, so we gonna take advantage of this.
We up.
We ain't up. I was up, but after that weekend, I was down.
Said needed a pick me up. I know that.
But I love that boy, yo. We had some good times, like you just said, like them memories and stuff that you be doing with people and stuff.
I can't replace them.
I got one, two in particular. I don't know if y'all ever look on the wall there. Don Popo is always on the wall. Rest in peace. This is a very old friend of mine. He died back in like 05. You know, super young. Story doesn't matter, but the reason doesn't matter. But we're music heads. So spring break like 2003. You know, me, him, and my boy MDG Matt. We ride to Houston. You know what I'm saying? We're friends with Michael 5000 Watts. You know what I'm saying? Like we're going to the radio station. Matt knows another DJ there, so we go there. But you know, it's spring break, so I gotta go back. So me and Papo take my boy Matt's car. I have no license, by the way. Neither does he.
Dangerous.
And we drive back from Houston. I had to get back to school, bro. I had to do it. So we riding back up. I took a wrong turn in Albuquerque somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we ended up in like Cleveland. So we in Cleveland. We're not supposed to be nowhere in Cleveland, bro. We were supposed to go through Virginia somewhere. I took a wrong turn. We in Cleveland. I probably got like $50. You know what I'm saying? He don't got no money. We get to a gas station. He's throwing up. I figure out where we're going anyway, and I'm flying, right? So it's spring break. I was in Texas, but now I'm in Cleveland. So I'm not realizing that the weather changes that quickly as I'm flying. I ride by a cop. I stepped on the brakes, and I went sliding into the, you know. I could hear Papa in my head too. It's so funny. He's like, "What you doing?" You know what I'm saying? Like, so I pull off. I hop out. I'm trying to be funny. I'm like, all right, let me make sure the car's okay. Let me seem like I'm a driver. You know what I'm saying? Cop comes, pulls up. You know, asks me for ID. I have a learner's permit. That's it.
There was no licensed driver in the car?
No.
Oh, Lord.
I have a learner's permit. So I show him that. He's like, okay. Then he asked my boy Pablo for he don't have. Oh, he got a food stamp card. With his picture on it. I'm not kidding. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, you know, I could take you to jail right now, right? I'm like, yeah, but I thought you might help me out. You know what I'm saying? Like, given that I'm a college kid, I'm trying to get back to school, blah blah. You know, my mom needs me. You know, I started hitting him with all the, you know what I'm saying?
Broke out the violin.
Yeah. So it worked. You know, he gave me my ID back. He said, get in the car. He was like, stop effing speeding. You know what I'm saying? And go home. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, you get an ID. He's like, because I don't even know what that is.
I've never seen that
before. You're in a different state, so they probably got different.
So, but for years, Papa, rest his soul, he would not let that go. Like, if I did something else, he'd be like, yeah, but you slammed the brakes in front of police. You know what I'm saying? Remember that? You know what I'm saying? He would not let that go, bro. Too much.
Ooh. We miss them, but they still here with us through these memories. Yeah. So I appreciate it.
I'm all smiles right now. So you got me thinking about my uncle. He always looked after me after my father passed. You know what I mean? My Uncle Carl. He would always check up on me. You know what I mean? 'Cause that side of the family.
That's the one the song's about.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's how you know how special he was to me. 'Cause he always would check on me. And didn't tell nobody what he was doing, but would check on me, and he would always be like, "Yo, what up, nephew?" Right. Like clockwork. Right. I hear it all the time. "Yo, what up, nephew?" So I remember the first time he came up from one of my community barbecues. It was at Glendale, and he had hit me up the day of, like, "Yo, what up, nephew? What's going on?" Like, "Yo, I'm just scrambling around trying to get all my stuff together. And man, I got the barbecue going down." He was like, "Oh, word? That's what's up. I forgot you had that going on. I'm not gonna hold you. I just want to check in with you, nephew. You know, da 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 da." So then he hit somebody else. I think it was my grandmother, his mother, or somebody, and they was talking. And he's like, yeah, Carl's supposed to be coming to see me. Da 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 da. Next thing you know, he's trying to surprise me, but then calls me back like 15 minutes later. I'm gonna keep it up. I'm gonna keep it up 100 with you, nephew. We on our way up here. I wanted to surprise you, but I couldn't keep the surprise, so I had to call you and let you know I'm coming. You know what I mean? So it was just mad funny to me because my aunt was like, yo, the whole ride, we was driving 6 hours and he was speeding to me. We gonna get here for nephew's barbecue. We gonna surprise him. And she was like, I knew once he spoke to you once, it wasn't gonna be no surprise. And I'll never forget that, Joe. It was so funny to me because I'm like, Uncle, how you trying to surprise me, but then you couldn't even wait? Like, you was already here. Like, at that point, he was already about to be here, so you could have held on a little longer.
Was he the family member that couldn't do surprises? Like, as much as he tried, it's like,
I don't know. You know what I mean?
It was just that event.
With my father's side of the family, I would only be out there like once or twice a year. You know what I mean? And then when my father passed, I was always just worried about my younger siblings, so then I could go to Thanksgivings and stuff, then I would, you know what I mean? But he would always check up on me, you know what I mean? Right. My relatives would always check up on me periodically, but him and my Uncle Denny, they would check on me the most, like as the elders or whatever. And it's just, he always was one of those people that never was mad. I never seen him mad. I heard about him being mad when I was a teenager once, and I guess father had got drunk, and they all got in a fight, but it's brothers, you know what I mean? Because it's him, my Uncle Carl, my father, and I call him Uncle Daddy because he my uncle, but I'm still a little sketchy because we look a lot alike, so I don't know. They keep asking my mother and asking him that ain't funny business going on, but they keep avoiding the answers, but I'm gonna let that slide. But they wind up getting it shaking and whatnot. You know what I mean? So the next day we like, why everybody lumped up? Everybody got war wounds. So you knew something happened. And then my cousin was like, yo, they all got in a fight. They was fighting your father. He got drunk, da 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 da. So I hear my uncle talk, yo, his bleep, 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 da da. Like, but again, I didn't see him, man, but I heard him. But then, like I said, I see everybody's face. War wounds. I see my father. He looked like the worst damage was done to him. So I said, Dad, what? You was putting in work, huh, Daddy? That's the one time I probably called him Dad. I was like, Dad, what was going on? Because they was all fighting him because he was out of pocket or whatever. I'll never forget it though, because like I said, that was the first time I heard my Uncle Carl cussing and stuff. But still, I was a teenager. After that, I never heard him or seen him mad. And even people like when they was at the funeral and stuff, because I was watching it online. Everybody's talking about the gentle soul he was and kind heart. And he was, because he would always, like I said, when he would check on me, he didn't just check on me and say, what up? He would let me know he was proud of me and let me know that, yo, I'm doing the right thing. And he'd be like, yo, nephew, I feel like you're a strong person because you've been doing all this stuff with all of these struggles that you have to deal with. Because he knew how I felt about my father. He knew what was going on with my mother because they all grew up together in the city, you know what I mean? So he knew what was going on. And he was like, you always managed to take care of your siblings and make sure they good and handle your business. And I was like, I just feel like that's what I'm supposed to do. And he's like, you're doing a great job. And like, that was always what, like, so he was one of those people that always made me make sure I knew that he was proud of me and that I was always doing the right thing, even when I knew some of the times I wasn't doing the right thing. Because for a long time, I'm a snitch on myself now. For a long time, I know my grandmother was like, oh, you doing good. You got a car. I was like, yeah, I'm doing good, Grandma, but I ain't got no real job. And I knew she knew because she would never ask me, like, where do you work? She was like, oh, you're doing good for yourself. Look at you. You got this and you're doing this and you're taking care of your brothers and sisters. But she never said, how you taking care of them?
She ain't never hit you with the Tommy.
How you afford at 17, 18, 19, 20 years old be taking care of some little kids? But she respected it for that. But my uncle would always say, yo, you taking care of your brothers and sisters and you don't got to. You treating them like their father when you their brother. And I said, I always make sure that they knew that I was their brother and not their father. You know what I mean? But like I said, my uncle would never let me not know that he was proud of me because he was like, a lot of us who are older should have stepped up or could have stepped up and did more. You know what I mean? But whatever reasons, people didn't, and it was just my calling for me to step up. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
his excitement is what ruined the surprise because he was just genuinely excited to see you, and he was just like, I couldn't hold it. Like, that's my guy.
And at that point, I ain't seen him in like a few years either, too. Yeah. So that was what made it better, because that's what I was going to when I took my brother John in, dealing with all of that stuff. Teenage boy from Philly, trying to get him in school and dealing with his knuckleheadness. But he always said, yo, nephew, proud of you. What up, nephew? I just can't get over that. If you hear him say that, you would be on the floor rolling, because he would say it the same way every single time, like clockwork.
That's what's up, man.
Well, I was in my aunt's house one day. She wasn't even home, cause I used to practically live over there when I didn't have any school. She at work one day. I'm sitting there making me something to eat, messing around with the oven. Now the oven's a little janky, and I should have been more careful. I went to open the oven, put my food in. Well, I was taking my food out. I went to close the oven door, and my thumb got stuck in between the door, cause it was a little opening. When oh my God, I was stuck in pain for 2 or 3 hours. She came home, I was still crying. I got a permanent indent. It's a little better now, but I was just sitting there couldn't move it. I was trying to get it out, and it just kept making it worse. Oh, I was in so much pain that day, but the minute she came home, I was just oh, you saved me. I was already out of the stove, but it's seeing your face kind of made me forget about that. But I was just so still worked up. I was just sitting there sobbing. I was probably 11 or 12 around this time, I think. Yeah.
Right around that age for me, my brother gave me a bungee cord. I was like, can I have that? He was like, yeah, here, So my mom's getting ready to go somewhere. I actually told her this story recently. She doesn't remember it, but we're getting ready to go somewhere. I'm like, hold on, Mom, I'm gonna climb this tree. She was like, what are you doing? Let's go. Get in the car. Hold on, Mom, watch this. You know what I'm saying? So swing it up, put it in the tree. You know what I'm saying? Think I got a good grip, I'm like, why I go to pull it? Man, that joint came flying back. Hit me in my lip, right?
The hook too, right?
The hook hit me right in my lip. I got back in the car. I got this pouty lip. She looked at me, she started laughing hysterically. She's like, I told you. Listen to me. You know what I'm saying?
Thought you was
wrong
Batman.
with you, I was like, Ma, I was just trying to be a ninja,
I remember those days doing dumb stuff like that, yo. I remember I tried to ride my skateboard off the porch when I lived in 111 Cleveland Ave. Yo, I used to watch all crazy stuff, so I'm like, if they could do it, I could do it. So one day my dumb behind said, yo, I'm gonna take the skateboard, pedal. Now it's wood, and then the rest is concrete. So my dumb behind went. I still got the chipped tooth. And that's the crazy part, because nobody see me. And when you be embarrassed, you hurt yourself, and it's your own fault, and you be happy no one sees you. I went up the porch, and boom, straight concrete. Chipped my tooth up. Ain't nobody see me. I ran in the house, I was in the bathroom crying like a little itch. I ain't gonna lie. This some bull. I hurt myself.
I like that he did his own edit right there.
Right.
That was funny. But yo, check it out. This is the Watch Us Change Us radio show, y'all.
I'm excited for next week. The visuals are coming.
Yes, sir.
We are growing.
Yes, sir.
We're growing.
You're gonna see how ugly we are. That's a fact.
I don't know about that. You know what I mean? Because every time now, I'm like, yo, Devin, need my shape up, and I'm gonna have my Just For Me bearded.
We're definitely bringing a lot of things to fruition. We're definitely gonna start getting feedback from the community on these shows. Definitely gonna be looking forward to attending more events. Get up close and personal with the community. Because now's the time. If not now, then when? I definitely want to be pulling up to a lot of the events you throw. I'm going to the barbecue this year.
I'm definitely doing that.
If you loading that back up, I'll be
definitely doing that.
I'm coming for 30 plates.
I'm gonna start giving y'all too, man. I'm getting tired of, and this is just real quick, I'm getting tired of the scammer world, right? Trying to get old people, trying to do all that. So look forward to me pranking some of those guys and playing that on the station for you.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I be picking those calls up and I be wasting their time. It's great. I did one at work the other day. I'll show it to y'all. But yeah, yo, keep listening though. This is the Watch Us Change Us radio show.
It's your boy Jay Womack, aka Scooter McGavin.
It's your boy Kashif, aka Sheefy, aka Sheef Buck, aka. You know what it is every day.
It's your boy Dev, aka Scotty Clipping, aka Tracy McFady, aka Darth Vader, the last hairbender.
WuCu, baby, aka